Have you ever really looked at your fingernails? I mean, really looked at them. We trim them, we paint them, maybe we use them to open a soda can, but right under that simple, hard surface is one of the most incredible biological processes happening in your entire body. It's a story that's being written right now on your own hands.
And what if I told you that they're like a living diary, a biological record that's logging your health, reflecting your age, and telling a story that goes all the way back to our earliest primate ancestors, a whopping 56 million years ago. And today, well, we're going to learn how to read it.
To get a sense of just how relentless this process is, get a load of this number, 1,306 centimeters. That is over 42 feet. That's the combined length of Diana Armstrong's fingernails. She's the Guinness World Record holder. It's just wild proof that, unlike almost any other part of you, your nails never, ever stop growing.
All right, so let's peel back the layers and see what this record at our fingertips is really made of and what it's trying to tell us.
So, fundamentally, what are nails even for? Well, they've got two big jobs. First, they're a shield, protecting the super sensitive tips of our fingers and toes, which are just packed with nerves. But they also make our sense of touch better. They provide this solid backing, right, which lets us handle tiny objects with incredible precision, a skill that's a huge part of what makes us human.
To really understand the nail, we have to go to the source. We got to go behind the scenes to this hidden production facility that runs 24/7. So come on, let's take a tour of the keratin factory. The main product this factory pumps out is a protein called keratin. Now, this isn't just any protein, it's super tough, and it gets that strength from having a lot of sulfur in it. The sulfur atoms in the protein link up to form these incredibly strong bonds. It's like a kind of chemical chainmail, creating that dense, protective thing we call a nail. It's the same stuff that makes up animal claws and horns.
And the engine room of this whole operation, the place where it all begins, is the nail matrix. It's tucked away under the skin right at the base of your nail. And this little patch of tissue is an absolute powerhouse of cell division. It just works tirelessly, pumping out something like 196 layers of new cells that get stacked, squashed, and hardened to form that single nail plate that you see. And just like any factory, this place has different departments all working together. You've got the nail matrix, that's the main factory floor, just cranking out new cells. The nail plate is the finished product, the hard part you can see. And yep, it's made of dead cells, which is why you can clip them without screaming in pain. The nail bed, think of that as the conveyor belt and the power supply. It's full of blood vessels that give your nails that healthy pink color. That little white half moon you can see at the bottom, that's the lunula, and it's the only part of the matrix you can actually see. And finally, the cuticle is the factory's security guard, creating a waterproof seal to protect the super important matrix from getting infected.
So here's what makes nails so unique. Your hair, which is also made of keratin, grows in cycles, right? It has a growth phase, a rest phase, and then it eventually falls out. But your nails? They are always on. The nail matrix is in a permanent growth phase. It's driven by this constant molecular signal, basically a go command that tells the cells to just keep dividing. No breaks, no days off.
Okay, so if this factory is always running, the next big question is, how fast is the assembly line actually moving? Well, turns out it's not the same for everyone or even for every single one of your fingers. On average, your fingernails grow about 3.5 millimeters a month. Your toenails? Way slower, clocking in at just 1.6 millimeters. So what's the deal with that? Well, it pretty much comes down to blood flow and use. Your hands are way more active and get better circulation than your feet, which delivers more oxygen and fuel to the keratin factory. But remember, that's just the average. The real speed gets tweaked by a whole bunch of things. Your age is a huge one. Younger people just have faster metabolisms, so their nails grow quicker. Hormones play a big part. Nail growth often speeds up during pregnancy. Your diet is absolutely critical. You need enough protein, biotin, and zinc. Your genes kind of set your baseline speed. Even the season has an effect. Nails can grow up to 25% faster in the summer. And get this, the nails on your dominant hand grow a little bit faster, probably just because you use it more often. All this variation, especially the connection to our age and metabolism, has led top researchers, like the famous Harvard geneticist Dr. David Sinclair, to see our nails in a whole new light. Not just as, nails, but as a potential biomarker, an easy way to look into our own biological aging process.
So what did the research actually find? This number is the key. After you turn 25, the speed of your nail growth slows down by about 0.5% every single year. It might not sound like much, but over a lifetime, that adds up to a 50% decrease. That slowdown in the keratin factory is a direct reflection of a slowdown that's happening all across your body. And why does this matter? Because it gives us a visible way to track changes that are normally hidden. In a very real way, your nails are keeping score of your biological age, right at your fingertips.
And it's not just age. Because that nail plate is a continuous record of what's happening inside your body, it can offer up some incredibly valuable clues about your overall health. It's almost like a built-in diagnostic tool.
Seriously, think of your nails as a little health dashboard. If the matrix gets disrupted by something major, like a serious illness or chemo, it can create these horizontal ridges called Bowes lines. Little pits or ripples can be a sign of skin conditions like psoriasis. Nails that are shaped like a spoon might point to an iron deficiency. And clubbing, where your fingertips get bigger and the nails curve around them, can be a serious flag for lung or liver disease. Now, of course, these are just potential clues, not a diagnosis, but it's amazing how our nails are basically broadcasting our internal state to the outside world.
Okay, so we've seen how nails are made and what they can tell us about our health right now. But to really finish the story, we have to look back. Way back. We need to answer the biggest question of all. Why do we primates have these strange, flat nails in the first place, instead of claws like most other mammals?
The story kicks off about 56 million years ago. Fossils show that our earliest primate ancestors were living up in the trees. And this tree-dwelling lifestyle demanded a whole new kind of tool. To grab onto skinny branches and pick tiny fruits, our ancestors developed broad, fleshy fingertips. Claws, which are great for digging or hooking into thick tree bark, would have just gotten in the way. So evolution started to favor flat nails instead. The nails acted as a strong backstop for the soft finger pad, which made their grip way better. And as a bonus, it made social grooming, a super important part of primate life, a lot safer for everybody involved.
And this really shows you the evolutionary trade-off that happened. Claws are weapons and anchors. They're curved, they're sharp, they're powerful. Nails, on the other hand, are tools of precision. They're flat, they support the fingertip, and they stay out of the way. Our ancestors basically traded the hooking power of a claw for the incredible ability to grasp, feel, and manipulate things.
And this shift was a huge deal. It was a total game changer. This new extended precision grip, made possible by nails and opposable thumbs, wasn't just for climbing trees. It was the key anatomical feature we needed to be able to pick up small things, to craft, and eventually to make and use complex tools. You can draw a straight evolutionary line from the flattening of our ancestors' nails to the amazing dexterity of the human hand today.
So, when you look down at your nails now, I really hope you see more than just something you need to trim. You should see a non-stop cellular factory, a detailed health log, a biomarker of your own aging, and an evolutionary marvel that connects you directly to our tree-dwelling ancestors millions of years in the past.
That diary is being written on your fingertips right now, emerging from its hidden factory at about 1/10 of a millimeter every single day. The real question is, after everything we've just uncovered, what will you see when you look at it now?